You ready?
Yeah, I'm
you were
hiding.
you were saying something. I was like, "You ready?" And then I hit the live button. You were saying something. What were you gonna say?
I don't know. I'm hiding
You're hiding amongst the plant.
in the jungle.
Now I have to figure out how to join the live.
What?
What?
You're in the live.
Well,
You're
yeah,
here.
I'm live, but I'm not seeing the live.
Uh-oh.
How's everyone doing tonight? How are you doing? Who's all up in here? Do I see anyone? Is anyone in here? What's up, y'all? Is anyone talking? I can't see anything.
I see Sherry.
What's up, Sherry? I am exhausted. I'll tell you that much.
Hi, Elaine.
Elaine,
Ooh, Silver Moon Homestead.
how's it going?
And Jennifer. Hi,
Hey,
Jennifer.
Jennifer.
What's going on?
I'm busy over here. Okay, doing top secret stuff.
Still trying to see the live.
Oh, wait, there we are. I got it. I know how technology works. I don't. That's why we're building a house out of dirt. Hang on, I got it. Then I'll be able to see what all you're doing. Bubba Redneck, what's up? Tech Nerds TV. Kendra, how's it going? Delilah, Barry, William, Building with Todd, what's up? Built on the Rock Homestead, how's it going? Where's the poop? Who needs the poop? Look at all this plant. Look at all this greenery we got going on here. It's the Green Dream Project. I hit the thing. That's not popping up.
I'm actually holding the poop.
Oh, look at that. What's up, Robert? Bill Neal, how's it going? I made it this time. We're glad you're here. So glad you're here. This is going to be exciting if the computer works, which it is not. Oh, Stephanie, how's it going? Can't have green without poop. Well, that's true.
Yeah.
We are. There's a lot of poop going on. Oh, I got it to work. Wait, is it working? Oh no!
Turn that sound down.
We can't have back feed going on here. So, what's been going on? What's happening? What's new?
What's new with you?
Okay, the chat's coming on here. Pretty soon I'm going to be able to see what y'all are saying. Darlene, how's it going? Front Porch Ponds, hello, hello.
And Frederick from Ashfork.
Almost Homestead, what's up? Jay, how's it going? Is Jen there? We want to know. We need to know. So what's happening?
We've been building a house.
We've just been a little busy building a house. So work on the house is going. I calculated it now, and I think with this last course we did, we're already about a quarter of the way done with this. Would you think?
Yes.
Based on if we have the same number of courses as the root cellar, we're about a quarter of the way done.
Have you hit oil yet? Fortunately not.
Yeah, and if we do hit it, we'll probably have to keep that on the down low.
Oh.
Can't have no one else finding out about that. If we did hit oil, would you even tell anyone?
Or like gold.
Yeah, I mean, would you tell anyone? Like if we hit oil, they would want to drill in here, right?
They would want to.
They would want to drill and pump out that oil, wouldn't they? We can't have that, right? Oh, she's thinking about it. She's okay. She'll sell it to the oil companies. Well, it's like, well, let's just hear what their numbers are, and then we'll make a decision at that point. Let's not get crazy. Oh, I can see everybody. Hey, I think everyone's there. Southern Blessed Homestead's in the house. How's it going, everyone? William Huntington just wanted to ask why you chose to build in the order that you did. The cistern makes sense, But why not the bedroom before the root cellar? That's a good question. Do you have an answer to that? I know.
I just listened to what you said.
Oh, hit that late.
Oh.
Okay, so yes, good point. We did build the cistern first, right? Because water is super important. Obviously, it kind of came, we had to have kind of build that first because otherwise you can't, the plumbing would have been kind of weird. So cistern, then the plumbing goes through a trench to the root cellar. I suppose could we have made that the bedroom? Probably doesn't really matter. We just figured it's the root cellar. But we needed that section first because the plumbing goes from the cistern over to that one. So that one needed to get done first. That way we can backfill that trench. That way we can get all the way around there. We figure just seal everything up. Now we're going to the other underground portion. And I think people have been questioning about that. Like why the next underground portion instead of just building up on a dome and just kind of finishing that one off, which is another really good point. My thinking is seal up that other underground portion. Am I making sense? Or am I just rambling on nonsensically? Just giving me the look like, oh, wrap it up.
We didn't want just like a hole sitting there for too long.
Get it shored up that way in case heavy rains do come. I mean, it did survive a heavy rain previously in the monsoon season, and we just kind of saw some minor damage with the, what do you call that? Erosion. See, that's why I need her. A little bit of erosion. No problems. Ben Mismer's in the house. What's up, Ben? Caught that video you did earlier. I saw that. So yeah, just get those two underground portions secure. I'll feel a lot better about it just in case I don't want any of those dirt piles just sliding right in there or having the walls collapse or anything like that. I figure having it get just secure, straight, don't have to worry about that. Then next, I think then are we going to go back and do the dome above the root cellar, or are we going to do the west dome first?
I don't know.
What say you? Say it now. I'm going to put the pressure on. What is it? Whatever you say here, that's what we do.
Oh, the root cellar one?
I don't
the
know.
plant is going to poke.
Oh, yeah. Be careful. Be careful. That is right there. I see a moment coming up here. Stay tuned for the whole live because you got to see if both these eyes stay intact.
we had to bring our some plants inside because we've had some chilly mornings.
Yes. Oh man, they have been cold.
Yeah.
Rich says, "Love the channel, guys. Keep up the great work." How cold has it been in the morning? I know you're dressed up in what you got going on here, plus like an overwinter coat and
I have to dress in
a couple layers of hats.
Well, yeah, morning I'm dressed for winter, and in the afternoon I'm dressed for summer.
In the afternoon, and it's all the clothes comes off, and we just get naked.
Oh,
naked building out here.
That's too much information.
Just kidding. There's too many pokey things out there for that.
Way too many pokey things.
Yeah. You get seriously injured out here. Cecilia, how's it going? Larry Parrish.
Do you consider cold? Well, I don't have a lot of tolerance for cold, so anything below like 50 is cold for me. But we did get some temperatures like around 30 degrees lately, so
have you guys seen scorpions? Yeah, we've had a bunch of scorpions out here. What's the scorpion count?
Oh, I don't even know. I don't know. What it...
Everyone's thinking you're gonna lose an eye with that plant.
Happy Thursday, Militia McMichael.
Hey.
Indian summer in New England. Oh. Yeah, last winter seemed like it was colder than it's been here.
That could be. That could be. You have the record. You're the record keeper for that.
Yeah. Whoa, I'm buzzing. I don't know how it's gonna be the rest of the winter, but we've had it's a couple.
It honestly hasn't been too bad. It's what, November. The temperatures, yes, kind of cold in the morning. Not too bad. Maybe right now high 30s.
Yeah. So bless you.
Excuse me.
It's weird. We had like a cold snap, and then the temperatures went up again. And then just recently we had a little more cold.
Yeah, just a couple of days right now where it got down to freezing, right? Which is why we have the plants in here, right?
Yes.
They're taking up the poo space because we can't have them out there in that freezing temperature, right?
Yeah. Oh, JDS, is the cistern 100% done and then no more work needed?
Nothing here is ever 100% done. That's the big lesson here. We never finish anything. No, unfortunately. There's still a bunch of work that needs to go into that, right?
Yeah. I'd say it's functional, but
it's definitely functional.
We need to do more to make it work better.
Just tweaks here and there.
Yeah.
But it's still going to be a decent amount of kind of just laboring over it.
I didn't realize how much work that cement top was going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a lot of it done to where it's covered fully, it's functional, but I think we're going to need to seal it. So
in hindsight, maybe it would have been best not to go do the whole top as ferro cement. Maybe we could have done some type of metal in addition to the ferro cement. But what you gonna do? Live and learn. If we ever have to tear the top off, well, maybe we'll do that. But hopefully not. Hopefully that lasts darn near forever. Ben says he's chilling in his flip-flops down in the dirty South.
Ooh.
Morris Patch of Heaven's in the house. We got another question?
Do you guys have some pumps for any possible flooding, or how is that going to be prevented?
Good question.
A lot of basements with wraps and French drains. I'm wondering what happens with monsoons.
We are kind of building this and just hoping nothing bad happens.
No. Okay, so one thing I recommend for anyone buying land, check out the FEMA maps, the flood zones. That's something that we did when we were looking at the land, and we're in an area where we're outside of most flooding areas. Like, I think we're even outside the 500-year floodplain or something. It's very low chance of any flooding. We don't have any washes going through the area where we're building, and we pay attention to how the water flows over the land too. We have contour maps and everything. So, and then we did put in that moisture barrier. We'll probably do some other things too, probably kind of grading the land, like the surface around the house so that it slopes away. We might put in some French drains too.
Always best to be on the safe side. Always build it. just in case, right?
Yeah.
Yep. But we're pretty confident that, with, like she said, with the water flow and everything like that, we've definitely been paying attention. No water pools up around that area. So it's just making sure the kind of water just kind of cascades away from the house.
Hmm.
And the soil here is so densely thick with clay and everything like that. Like, even water absorbing into the soil is like almost non-existent.
I was kind of surprised when they excavated that, and it doesn't get very moist like that far down. Even when with the open holes when we got really heavy rains, there wasn't a lot of pooling or anything in there. So I mean, yeah.
Ben, yes, we do have a drone. We got the DJI Phantom 4. Tim Nichols says, really appreciate y'all blazing a trail for my plans up in Show, though. Well, that's awesome.
Cool.
Knock it out up there in Show, though. Midlife Prices, what's up? I see y'all. How's it going? See that carport's looking real nice. Did you get that roof up? I heard that roof delivery was coming.
Ooh.
Or is that top secret? Uh-oh. Hope I didn't reveal the secret. We had a question here. Like the winds that we had the other day. People noticed that it was crazy. Do we usually get winds like that?
Yes. Well, that day was particularly strong. I think it was around 40 miles an hour. I'm not even sure how strong the gusts were. Um, so, and I, being the petite person I am, almost lifted me off my feet.
Those winds were crazy. How many days of those winds were like that? I mean, it was like one like crazy day where there was like,
I feel like
off the
it was
charts,
like a
but
few days in a row that were pretty strong.
it was brutal. It was brutal trying to work out in that.
Usually, spring is bad, like the worst for strong winds around here.
Sandy said, tired of winter already. Is it cold there? It's kind of cold in the mornings, but we still have some warm weather like coming up pretty soon. I think right now we got 70s for the next few days, but then we'll have some 80-degree days coming up. So it's going to be real nice working weather coming up.
Today was actually pretty nice. It was a little cold in the morning, but and there's a little bit of clouds, which makes it nice.
Almost Homestead asked, did you check the Javelina migration map before buying the property?
We should have. What other kinds of dangerous animals do you have to worry about out there besides scorpions and snakes?
Isn't that enough? Well, there's the javelinas.
Yeah.
Javelinas can be dangerous. Usually they'll just
Usually not, though.
well, they can be.
Yeah, okay.
So I mean, javelinas will like run away if you get too close. I mean, they don't usually like to, unless there's babies to protect or something like that. But they can't really see very well. So in a panic, if you startle them, they could end up charging at you.
We do have bobcats, and in the mountains there's mountain lions. I think there are even bears, but we haven't seen any.
I saw a bobcat. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Were you there to see him with the bobcat?
It ran across the road.
Why did the bobcat cross the road? No, I'm serious. I'm asking. And don't forget the killer bees. Yeah, how can we forget the killer bees? Man. The bees weren't too bad. They weren't too bad until right to the end. And maybe, I don't know, what do you think? Is it getting colder, getting toward the winter months?
It was probably a bunch of things.
They were very active. The thing was getting kind of large, eh? So they could have been kind of running out of room. That was crazy.
Yeah. I mean, having talked to people that, I mean, some of the beekeepers keep Africanized bees. They probably have ways of doing that safely. I didn't feel like we were set up quite for that.
Nah, probably
Yet.
want a little bit more experience. And yeah, just being able to kind of get in there and kind of deal with that. It probably needs a lot more attention than we would be able to give it right now.
Because we've also heard stories about people, some people just down the road from my brother, I guess, they had bees kind of go, were they making a hive or something in the walls, and one person ended up dying, and another person has like permanent brain damage from the stings. So
yeah, I think yeah, he told you that story, right?
yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. And we also talked to some other people that they bought some land out here, and they ended up having to move because
The bees not on their property, but close enough, and they didn't like them where they were.
Just terrorizing them.
And they terrorized them.
Yeah.
And they couldn't do anything about it because it wasn't on their property.
Mm.
Ah.
Yep, aloe vera. Yeah, I've used it for burns and fast. It works.
Yeah, well. Did you see? I think your parents were in or are in here or were in here.
Oh, really?
Did you see that?
I did not.
Oh,
but hi.
Hey. I did see you. Man, yeah. How are you doing tonight?
How am I doing?
Yeah. So we were doing a course today, and yeah, I think like both of us were just worn out.
I actually felt a little better this afternoon than in the morning for some reason. I was pretty tired out. And then we both took Crew for a walk. You took for an early walk.
I take him almost right away in the morning, probably like right before, like right around 6.
Yeah, and then I took him for another walk in the morning, and he wanted to wander all over the place. And we even like jogged part of the way back. So I got back and I was exhausted, and then we started building. So I was tired out.
But you slept okay, right?
I think I slept okay.
Yeah, you seemed exhausted, and I was getting exhausted, man. We were just moving so much dirt. It's crazy. Like I said, so we just finished course number 4. Very exciting. Maybe a quarter of the way done. How's Crew doing? Crew is doing fantastic. Super tired now. You wouldn't even believe it. Like in the morning, he's just bundle of energy, wants to get out there, has to sniff everything, and now he is completely out.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, thank you. I think that deserves Crew Cam. Like a drunken sailor. I don't know. That's what he does all night. Just like a few minutes ago, he was up on the couch, and now he's on the floor. And I think he does that just constantly throughout the night, just shifting positions. And of course, he doesn't do it quietly. He like basically falls on the floor. Everything shakes, and then he's got to scratch up that area, make it comfortable, and then he collapses. All his body weight just on there. Country homestead preacher. What is javelinas? Yeah, kind of what Bubba Redneck says there. Kind of like just a big pig, like a small, like a pig-like creature. Looks like kind of like a pig. Looks almost like a small wild boar, right? But they are not pigs.
Not pigs.
They are peccary. Is a tractor in your near future?
Probably not near future.
Maybe someday, you never know. Melissa is asking if we have a Patreon page. We did at one point have a Patreon page, but we decided to do away with that. We have memberships now, and that's all we have. But I would just, and we like that just a little bit better because it just makes it a little bit more interactive.
Yeah. Too, and
Because then, you could shows your support right there in the chat and in the comments when you leave a comment in the video. Um, then special videos or whatnot get access to that, and it's just a lot easier. And I think it makes it a lot more just interactive with us.
yeah, I think it's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool.
Let's see. David Hamilton asks, how many dome structures will you end up with? 2 domes. 2 domes.
So, it's kind of crazy. This will be our 3rd Earthbag structure, and we still have 2 more to go. It's gonna be crazy because those will be the biggest Earthbag projects yet. I think that's gonna be probably the most work. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I'm a little nervous about that, but
because technically these domes, when we start building that, they'll be 20 feet high.
yeah.
So there's a lot of logistics things that we have to work out when we start the domes.
I think I saw someone asked about how we're gonna manage that, or using scaffolding, or
Yeah, we don't know.
we might. Well, maybe we'll have to either rent some scaffolding, or I had an idea. I don't know how it would work, but
we could also put built-in scaffolding.
Yeah.
Much like the stairs that we're doing now, we can kind of put some boards in there.
It'd be on the outside.
It'd be on the outside. Ooh, decisions.
Will you be able to plant deciduous trees one day? Yeah. Well, actually, we do have one deciduous tree already. That's the desert willow. Is deciduous, which is kind of cool. I really like that tree.
Oh yeah, very nice.
So it's a native tree. But it loses its leaves in the winter, and it has all these really beautiful flowers in the spring and summer.
I keep doing this, and I still got this.
Yeah, but it attracts native pollinators.
How long does it take you to finish one course, and do you work on the whole every day? Good question. It depends. Like the first course we did, we knocked that out pretty quick because it was just dirt right there at the bottom. Second course took a little bit longer because we kind of had to dig that out.
Shovel a little.
But now I think these last 2 courses went pretty quick, and that's because we're kind of using the chute. We brought that chute out again. That's kind of the cool thing. Stay tuned for Saturdays.
Yeah, you can
because I make some upgrades to the chute that goes down in there. So watch that, but that makes it so much easier because I can just kind of fill up the chute. She can go grab the dirt, and that way when she's grabbing dirt, I can go prepare more dirt, get that in there. So I think that saves a lot of time.
Yeah, but I'd say it's probably been taking us about 6 hours to do the whole course. And then we've been doing like maybe 2 courses in a row, and then you have to do backfilling after that.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not, filling bags every single day, but we're usually working on some aspect of that.
And how long does a course take?
Like half a day.
Probably
6 hours, like 4 hours for the bags, hour for
tamping.
Hour for tamping, maybe almost an hour for
barbed wire. So pretty much a good portion of the day.
Yeah.
So one day for that. Then we can't work on every day because we got to put out the video. So like we won't be able to do a course tomorrow.
Oh, on the creosote. Wow, that was a long time ago.
What's that?
Ryan said, "Did you? What happened? Did you just zone out? Where are you right now?" Ryan said he watched our video on the creosote.
So Melissa asks, I have a question. When you dig out your giant circles, did you get enough usable rocks to do it for a rubble trench foundation, or do you need to buy all your rocks? Uh we went with gravel, so we had to buy gravel.
I think you actually used some of the because a lot of that is gravel down at the
A lot of that
bottom.
is gravel. But I gotta dig out and put in a gravel trench anyway. But we're not probably didn't have enough gravel for the gravel, but for the gravel trench. But you kind of didn't want to. You wanted to go gravel versus like a rubble trench, right?
uh, yeah, I guess. I guess.
Probably a little better drainage, maybe,
Well, I think
because
the
those
thing
rocks are
is
pretty
like
big.
we'd have to sift all that out, and we went through. Remember with this when we were building the cistern and we tried to sift everything? That took a long time.
Yeah.
And then we realized maybe we don't have to do that.
Well, a lot of the gravel is actually going into the bags.
Yeah. I think that's good too because I know some people build earth bags with maybe the first couple of courses just gravel. And that's almost what we're doing because we're using that dirt from the very bottom to fill those bags. Mm-hmm. A lot of that was gravel.
Yeah, a lot of rocks in there. Sherry's in there. She says hello from Minnesota. Have you all seen that family, My Little Homestead? Absolutely. That family is amazing. Big inspiration to us. That gravel, is that going to be your floor?
No. We put that down. Mostly nope. We put that down for the radon. So we wanted some kind of radon protection. And we wanted, like a porous area for the pipe to go into. And then we'll put a floor over that. So I'm thinking some kind of earthen floor on top of that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the flooring's not done in either the root cellar or the bedroom. I think something will end up happening with both of those, right? Are we going to do an earthen floor on both of those?
I think we might.
Don's here says it's colder than he thought it would be in Arizona. But this is my first winter here. How do you plan to heat your bedroom? Something electric. Actually, I'm hoping that we won't need to heat the bedroom. If anything, maybe we'll need to heat the upstairs. But I think the underground portion should, I'm hoping, remains a constant temperature, maybe perfect sleeping weather.
Yeah. I think as long as it doesn't go below my threshold of 50 degrees.
Well, it shouldn't be below that. I'm thinking it's supposed to be in the 60s, right?
From what I've read, it should be.
We'll have to see for sure, but it's supposed to be in the 60s.
It's going to be underground.
We'll see. We'll see how it turns. Yeah, so be prepared. In the high desert, it's not central Arizona, where central Arizona, like the nighttime temperatures and like the dead of winter can maybe scrape freezing. Here it gets cold. It can drop down into the teens at night in the dead of winter. So keep that in mind, Don.
What do you prefer, hot or cold weather when working on the house?
Oh, well,
that's tough to answer.
For the most part, I like cooler weather when working out there. But you definitely thrive in the hot weather.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. For the most part, I like the hot, like when it's hot. But when you're working out there in the sun, that's a whole different story. Maybe if we had shade, it'd be a different story if we had shade, and we could put up shade, but we're too lazy.
No, we're too lazy.
I don't know. I don't know why we haven't put up. Well, it'd be a kind of a hassle. I think you'd want to put in something like super solid
Yeah, because
because
the
the winds here
wind.
are just crazy.
So it would probably take time to set something up,
Time
like
and money, things we don't want to do.
for something that might be temporary. I don't know. Yeah, well, let's see how much.
What's the elevation?
It's about 4,300 feet.
Crystal says hello. Jessica and Jim really enjoying watching with the whole fam. Keep up the good work. Your home will be great. Well, thank you very
Thank
much.
you. So nice. You tried rammed earth yet for any projects?
Oh yes.
Not here.
Not here. We both had a little bit of experience with
But
rammed earth, right?
yeah, we've done some workshops.
We worked with Ray Clamens, the kind of like the guru around here of rammed earth. We got to work on a little project. If you're familiar with Handyman, he had a fire pit built in his around the tiny house. We got to help with that. We might. Kiri, built on the Rock Homestead. Are you interested in being a moderator? Um, but and then so that was kind of cool. That was our first taste, I think, with Rammed Earth. We got to help out there, and then I got to help out Ray on another project with some friends, kind of a little north from us. They built a wall. They built a shade structure and then a rammed earth wall in there, so that was kind of cool. And Derek kind of helped out for that one. He popped over and helped us finish that off, so that was kind of cool.
I don't think I mentioned. Well, I mentioned this is aloe vera, but the one behind it, it's kind of hard to see, is a pineapple. They're
Pocaponesia.
both have pokey leaves that might poke my eye.
Ooh, do you guys think it's possible to build a 40-foot dome
Oh,
based off of your experience?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't do it.
It's possible, but it might be possible, but you'd have to take a bunch of things into consideration, including the width of the walls. There is an online Earthbag calculator I would recommend checking out, and you need the height of the dome really depends also on the width of the bags. So, and 2-foot bags is about the biggest width I could find on bags. So to do something twice that, you'd probably need to almost have 4-foot thick walls. So that means finding 2-foot thick bags and doubling up.
Doubling up and somehow making it so that it's all kind of tied together.
Yeah.
That'd be tricky.
Handyman should come and help you guys now that his projects are almost done, right? Right? Actually, Derek Handyman, he's a really cool guy, and he did offer to help out. He offered to help out with the electrical, and he's like, I can maybe pound some bags. But I think they're still kind of knee deep in their own build right now. I'm sure they want to get that house finished off as quickly as possible. But depending on where we are, maybe I'll bring them over to pound some bags. Is that offer still on the table? Yeah, well, super generous.
Oh, that's a good question from John. Have you figured out what the square footage of your new home will be? What factors did you consider deciding the size of your build?
You really wanted to kind of go as big as we could on the domes, right?
I did.
You really wanted that space.
But honestly, it's not a huge space. So
She's still not satisfied with the
right.
space. It's
I mean, right?
it's almost as big as you can go with an Earthbag dome. Um, I don't know if there are bigger, but it is not a ton of space, but it's a different kind of space. It's round,
Right.
and but it's 20 feet, so you got to really, so we might be able to take some of that into consideration and kind of utilize that space up above.
So I think it worked out to around 1,000 square feet
Which is kind of crazy, isn't it?
total.
Total for all four sections, right?
Yeah.
It will be bigger. It will be more space in the RV. Melissa, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
Don says, major question of importance for me as a bird guy. Can I take water from my shower and bathroom sink and somehow filter it so it would be okay for birds to drink? Well, you could probably filter it, but it's almost easier just to put it into like a gray water basin or something like that. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know if you want to go through the trouble. I mean, you could probably put like a sediment filter in there. There's probably ways you can get all that out, but
Yeah, like how much trouble do you want to go through to do that? Or if you wanted to set up some kind of permanent system for filtering water really well, like a reed bed system is supposed to be
reed
really
bed
good for that.
system could work really well. My main concern about, because we were thinking about a reed bed system, but of course it takes like water plants to really filter that water, and I
Yeah.
don't know if we found like a good set of plants that could that like a gray water system would be able to sustain.
Oh, you don't think?
That's possible. I think it depends on the
Do
water
we not
usage.
use enough water?
I think it depends on, well, I don't know. That'd be a lot of water. I don't think we do. We use kind of we don't even use that much water, do we?
Not really.
Yeah, we don't use a whole lot of water. Like you would think. I think maybe you were thinking at first that maybe we'd have so much water in there, it'd almost kind of be like a little wetlands out there, but it sinks into the ground. Whatever we use,
Yeah.
it just psst. And when we built these gray water basins, I think we were under the impression that it could possibly overfill and spill out. We even had like planned for overflow on that, but those basins are so huge, they're never going to overfill.
Yeah.
Melissa, thank you again. Very generous. Is the entire home going to be an underground structure? Nope. So just this one, this last build right here will be underground. Then we're going to go above ground from here. Two 20-foot wide domes. Aircrete Harry says, I have a new dome building system I think you would like. You can build up to a 30-foot dome. If I was closer to you, I'd be a pleasure to come and help you guys out. I'm in New Jersey. I used to live in South California before. We've been actually getting a lot of offers for help and everything like that. And sometimes it's tough to turn people down, but we're really not set up for that kind of thing currently. It's a shame because we could use the help. But she don't want no help. Busted. We got a lot of people in here. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. We'd appreciate that. Thumbs up for the live. So you got a nice little stretching routine you usually do like to do out there, don't you?
I wouldn't call it a routine.
What would you call it?
Uh,
You like to stay limber out there. She has a good technique for staying limber out there. I gotta be more on it like her, like she is.
mostly for my back, like my lower back, because sometimes I get sciatica, so I do stretching for sciatica.
Good.
Stretching out the lower back.
Honestly, I gotta do that because my back was screaming today. So many wheelbarrows full of dirt, moving that around, so much shoveling. Oh my gosh! In the past couple of days, it was crazy. Gotta stretch that out. I think I had a question here. Can you decorate your earth bags?
Um. Well, we can plaster them.
Well, you want to talk a little bit? So what do you mean? What do you mean by plastering?
We'll probably put some
Now,
some more earth.
now we were talking about handyman. They're doing a stucco over their building, which is it's almost just like a cement that they're putting over their cement walls. What do we be doing?
Earth.
How is this different?
Like an earth stucco. Or I don't know if it's a stucco, but
Will there be anything mixed in with that? Just earth?
and straw.
And, yeah.
And then you can add different pigments to it to make it different colors.
You can add some pigments to it. You could put in some designs, right?
Yep. You can even do some sculptural things.
You can pretty much, make it right into a sculpture, just right on the side of a house.
You can put tiles or rocks in there. Or make a mosaic.
Kiri says, still laugh when I think about how the nurse practitioner told her that ranch work is not exercise. Well, I don't know about that. Like, man, I've been shoveling like for days. How many days have I been shoveling? It was like a day or so of backfilling, and then a day, maybe long day and a half of shoveling all that gravel, right?
Yes.
And not only did I have to shovel it to get it into the thing, but then I had to kind of spread it around and stuff like that. Yeah. And then we were right into doing the courses.
Yes. I just feel like you're constantly shoveling.
I feel like that too. And then I'm going to have to, like tomorrow, so tomorrow we'll have a break because we can't do a course tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to get Saturday's video ready. So working on the video, I'll be backfilling.
More shoveling.
So yeah, just more shoveling. And the backfilling's going to get probably more complicated from here on out.
Anthony says you need the gym when you have a shovel.
Yeah. Well, I think, and it's hard work, but honestly, I really feel like this is the way it should be. Instead of like taking time out of the day, traveling to a gym, doing a workout there, we're getting everything done right here. We don't have to go anywhere.
No gym membership.
No gym membership required.
Hey, Tim Nichols asked, he said, I'm about to rent the Case 580 to dig out the holes. Any advice in terms of prep other than having the general layout of all the holes?
Ooh. I can't think of anything in particular. Can you, I guess, it might be a good idea to have an idea of like kind of what might be down there. But I guess you find out once you start digging. Some people it's like just straight bedrock.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's not an issue.
Yeah, but you pretty much you told the excavator kind of just where you wanted it.
Well, I had everything.
And everything.
Well, I had everything marked out before he came. I used like marking paint, got everything ready to go, so that everything was crystal clear when he got here. And then I just kind of told him the depth, and I was just kind of working with him, like if the lines got blurred, put them back out and everything like that, so that wasn't an issue at all. First time having an excavator out here and doing that, but that would just saved an eternity amount of time. Like, I don't even know if we could have done that by hand. Junior asks, if you build one room and want to add another room later, how hard is it to add off one of the existing wall without the earth bags overlapping?
It's
very
hard.
difficult, if not impossible. If I can stress one thing, if you're thinking about building with earth bags, have your plan ready. Even if you're thinking that you might want to add a room, plan that right away. It'll make your life so much easier. Even if you don't do it down the road, you could just like leave it sealed, like leave like a wood panel there to block everything off. You could just leave that there. But if you're thinking that you might, plan that out ahead of time, and it'll save a ton of work. I think you can kind of cut through earth bags,
It's not easy.
but it's not easy. Melissa says, have a wonderful rest of your evening. Hopefully, see you next time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much
for your generosity and for being here. Thank you. You're unbelievable. Have a good night. Jess, I want to paint house numbers on a rock. Does it matter what kind of paint to use?
I've used acrylic paint on rocks and then put a sealer on it, and works okay. Yeah, if it's gonna be outside like all the time, exposed to weather and stuff, if you want it to be really permanent, I think there's actually paint you can buy it's like a mineral paint. It'll actually adhere to the minerals of the rock. So, but that's gonna be more expensive, obviously. So
Don is asking if we use Mike Goodman. If we use Mike Goodman from St. David. No, I hear good things about Mike Goodman, but we haven't used them. For our excavation needs, there's a guy out in Douglas, and he does amazing work. The guy, busy, but when you can get a hold of him, nice.
See, it's in Purtleville. Is that Douglas? Well, it's kind of that area.
That area.
Luca asks, why don't you turn the space below the stairs into a closet? Yeah, I'm actually thinking we might do that.
And that stairs aren't done won't be done in either section. I'm thinking about seeing one. I put posts in underneath the stairs over in the root cellar, and I'm wondering if we even need the posts. I might try and take those posts out and see how it feels. If it still feels a little like there's kind of a little give to it, if there's a little bend to it, I might actually attach the stairs to the joists up above. So it'll kind of act as sort of like a little wall as you're coming down, and it'll be supported from above. And that'll give us more space down below. You kind of like that idea, right? Did you suggest that idea?
I think we actually.
Am I taking credit for your idea?
Both thought of it at the same time.
Carlton, Pharmacy Seeds Network, so late. Hey, that's all right, man. Appreciate you being here. Stephanie says, I bet you could grow amazing grapes once you have more water. Well, you already have grapes growing, don't you?
Yeah, we planted some.
We actually have a grapevine growing, don't we?
It's not fruiting yet. We planted some trees for future windbreaks.
Not yet, but that is something we absolutely want to do. I think we definitely need something, definitely toward the southwest. Southwest is where we get our prevailing winds. And when we had those winds, those crazy high winds, that's where they were coming from, right? Usually either from the south or from the southwest. Rancho Los Rosales, hello, what's up? Do you have any plans for an Earthbag greenhouse? Why, yes, we do. That when we do finally build our like a more solid greenhouse, that's kind of way we want to go with that. Maybe go underground.
Hmm.
Are we gonna incorporate earth bags for that? I don't think the details are fully worked out on that. We kind of have plans, but nothing concrete yet, right? Will we be using concrete?
Maybe. Yeah. I think it might probably be earth bags.
Probably not concrete. The lead singer for Tool grows grapes for wine in AZ. Now that is awesome.
Oh.
Should we go and just drop in? You guys are so inspiring. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
It's amazing to hear that. Those kind of words is just helps keep us going. We love that encouragement. Are we thinking about getting goats or any other animals?
Eventually.
Eventually.
I haven't settled on exactly.
Are we getting goats?
I don't know.
Well, what are your thoughts? What might we be getting?
I'm thinking options might be either goats, sheep, or alpaca. Or a combination.
Okay.
I don't know.
Rancho Los Rosales says you have encouraged me to start my channel. Well, awesome.
Cool.
Very cool. How much rainfall?
How much rainfall? I think the average here is supposed to be 13 inches a year.
Do you think we're gonna hit that this year?
I don't think so.
I want to put you on the spot. I'm going to put you on the spot. What do you think our final rainfall total for the year will be?
I'm thinking I'm gonna say 10. I don't know if we're even
Where are we at?
close to that yet.
Where do you think we're at right now?
I think 8 or 9.
Well, that's pretty close. That's pretty close.
Last year we got a lot of rain in November, but this year's been
so dry.
So dry. I don't know. JD says, in terms of project planning, do you guys have a timeline? Like when you expect to be done and move in? Helps with motivation when you have deadlines. Definitely helps me with motivation. And yeah,
I think it would be nice if we could get this done within the month, but I don't know if that's gonna happen.
You think so?
What you think so? I don't know. It seems like we can only it's like we can get a course done in a day, but then there's all the backfilling and stuff like that, and it takes so long too. Like backfilling could take at least a day, maybe longer.
And then it took us quite a while to put the joists and
that took a while too.
Stuff on there. But maybe now that we've done it once,
now then it'll be just a snap. Is the reservoir filled with water yet? You know, I actually had to go into the cistern the other day, and I was actually surprised by the amount of water that is in there. Now, it's not enough water to even reach the pipe yet, but I'd have to say it's probably at least, what would you say, maybe 3 or 4 inches at the bottom?
It might be.
Hey, Homestead Witchery made it. What's up? Hey. How are you going to build the domes? Very carefully. You know, it's going to be tricky going from right now. We have a bunch of experience doing cylindrical shapes. I think the first time we attempt a dome, it will be very slow, very methodically, because we absolutely don't want to make a mistake on there. All right, how are you feeling about that? Are you nervous at all?
I am nervous.
Because she's really the quality control person. That's why I have her doing the bags. because she's doing an amazing job. Those are the straightest Earthbag walls you've ever seen. I bet if you go to Cal Earth, you won't see walls as straight as she's building them. But the dome will be new, so it should be interesting. And we'll just take our time and make sure it's done right. All right, everyone. I think our time is up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
quick.
Thank you so much, everyone. We really appreciate you taking the time to join with us and be here with us, spend this time. Thank you so much. Thank you to our moderators that are in here. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Have a good night, everyone. We'll catch you next week. Oh, and don't forget, video Saturday. We have to look out for that. All right. Bye.
Good night.